Hey, this is Jay, and let me show you something that I did to help create this game. I had to create this game called Froggy Went a Hoppin' because I was using this as the sample app for my game development course. And in it, you can choose a level, and you can see that if you haven't played them yet, there's levels that are locked. Okay, so let's say we have this level here. Go ahead and click this, and there's music, but we'll turn the music off right now. And basically, you have to jump your frog across the lily pads over to the ending one there. Okay, it's not a really tough game. It's just a sample game, and you lose points for skipping lily pads, and you don't get bonuses. And so we can go to the next one. So anyway, I've got all these levels, and these levels they look like this. Okay, so a 3 is the frog, a 0 is nothing, the 4 is the ending, a 1 is a regular green lily pad, a 2 is a rock. And so you can kind of see that the path goes like this for that one. So let's go ahead, that's level 1. So I'll just run into level 1 so you can see that. Well, you can see it right here. Well, actually, two things. Okay, I'll mention two things. Number one is I wanted a little thumbnail of each one of the levels, and my first thought was to go in here and take a screenshot and put it in the game. But then I thought, you know what? I'm already drawing this thing, so that's exactly what I'm doing over here. These are actually the same graphics. I just scale them way the heck down, but I'm still putting them on the same grid and everything. In fact, if I put little touch events on these things, I could actually play the little tiny version of it here. So anyway, there's just something that I thought was kind of cool. So if you've got levels that are created dynamically, you could do the same kind of thing instead of using little screenshots. The other thing was I needed a way to create a new level. And so I created a level editor, and I built it into this thing. So now if you double click the title, or double tap if it's on the device, and then hit play, now it says edit which level. And so I can go in here, and here's level 2, and these are the blanks here, and I can just click, and it cycles through the different things. Now if I had 15 or even 10 different objects, I might want to have like a little pull down and then drag them into place or something like that. But I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counting the blank, and so it's easy to just cycle through those, pick the one that I want. And when I have the level the way that I like, I just click this print level nums. And down here at the bottom, you can see in the terminal, it actually prints out the stuff that I need to stick in the level. So I can copy this out, throw it up in here, and I'm all set to go. The other thing is when this is on the device, I actually have it take a screenshot, and it puts it into it mails it to me. So here it looks like this. So I have I pull all the data out and get it ready to send, and then here's the code right here. This is the good stuff. Display.save. It saves a screenshot, and it's called level.jpg, and then I have it mail that to me plus the data that was put together, which is this little grid thing down here. And so that way, if I'm working on my iPad somewhere, I can pull my iPad out, I can create levels, tweak things, and then send them to myself and actually put them into the program later. And I can actually do testing on this also. So once I've done that, I can go back and we will play. See, now we're at play, and you can see that this level has actually changed. And so now I can okay, and I got the bonus and everything. So the way that I change this is in title. The only thing that I did was very simply, I added an event listener for tap, and up here it calls ink num taps, and I just do editor active, which is a global variable, equals event.numTaps equals 2. So if you tap this once and then go play, it's just the play. I don't know if I triple tap. Let's see, triple tap? Yeah. Okay, still play. Double tap. Edit which level. Okay, so I set the flag, editor active, if I double click that. And then once I go over here into play, there's a few places where, like I do display lily pads. Well, I've got a separate one, display lily pads editor. These are close to the same, but they're a little bit different. And I could have taken lily pads, just the regular display lily pads, and done some if kind of things, if editor active things. But honestly, it was easier just to pull those two things out, because I only had to change. Let's see, it was that one and pad touched. Yeah, so we had pad touched and pad touched editor, and those were the only two functions that I had to duplicate. Other than that, I just used the regular code that you use to play the levels in the editor itself. And the place I call those is, well, here I'm using storyboard. So in create scene, I just do just right here. If editor active, then display lily pads editor, else display lily pads. No big deal. And then also right down here, I do if editor active, then I'm actually grabbing the score, where the score was, and setting it to print level nums and giving it an event listener. If the editor's not active, then I just put the score there like normal. So it's just a way that you can use your existing game code, but set an editor flag. Double click, I go in here. Now none of these levels are locked now, and so these ones that were locked, I can actually go in here and start changing things the way that I want and create a new level. When I have it the way I want, I click the little label up here, and I get it spits out the code that I need to put inside the levels file. So just a quick look at a couple shortcuts. If you have a game that uses levels like this, it doesn't have to necessarily be a grid. I've done different things like this with other games too. Just see if there's a way you can reuse your existing code, but put in a secret way for you to be able to create levels on the fly.